This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com, your place to explore the game.
Hi everybody, my name is Victor and this is my Muzzio Visionary Architect Commander deck. Okay, so here's my commander. He is a 3-drop, 1 colorless, 2 blue, and his ability is 3 colorless and a blue. Tap him, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control, and you may put any artifact from among them onto the battlefield under your control, and then put the rest on the bottom in any order. So it's kind of like a Jalira, but for artifacts. I think he's a little better, in my opinion. Right, some non-basic lands. We have Urza's Tower, part of the Urzatron, which you'll see later. Temple of the False God, Scorched Ruins, Reliquary Tower, Sanctum of Ugin, Arcane Lighthouse, Seat of the Synod, Minamo, School of Water's Edge. This card's really good with cards like Arkham, Master Transmuter, and Muzzio. Basically pay 1 blue and tap it to untap one of those creatures, and you can use their abilities again. I run an Ancient Tomb, Mazaveth, Mirrorpool. It's good. It's just kind of good for everything. I know it's a blue deck, but you only need 2 blue to really get it functioning. So you know, even though it attacks for colors, it's not a big deal. Tolaria West lets me tutor for any of these lands that I need, such as like Academy Ruins or Mazaveth, depending on what deck I'm playing against. Buried Ruin lets me get artifacts back from my graveyard. Academy Ruins, similar to Buried Ruins, only you put it on top of your library and you don't have to sacrifice it. Halimar Depths lets me set up my next 3 draws. Urza's Power Plant, another piece of Urzatron, and Urza's Mine. When you have Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant, and Urza's Tower on the field, they combined they will tap for 7 colorless mana. And then I have 18 basic islands. As far as planeswalkers go, I run a Karn. He's good at just permanent removal, and you know, if you can get his ult, it's pretty funny. And I run Tezzeret, tutors, or if I have mana rocks in play, he will untap up to that, untap them. And after that, I have some instants and sorceries. I run a Counterspell, a Dissolve, Fabricate, tutors for any artifact, copy artifact. Choose any artifact in play, comes in and copy as it. Cyclonic Rift, Argivian Restoration, anything from a graveyard, any artifact, can put it right on the battlefield for 4 mana. It's pretty useful. All is Dust, being an artifact deck, pretty much everything's colorless, so cast this, and you know, it's just really a one-sided board wipe. Rhystic Study, some early card draw. Mirrorworks, whenever any other non-token artifact comes into play, I may pay 2 colorless and I get a token of it. This deck plays a lot of stupid high-cost artifacts because of Muzzio's ability. Paying 2 to get a copy of any of them just sweetens the deal. Lightning Greaves, this deck draws a lot of hate, and its main weakness is when you don't get Muzzio up and going early on. So a lot of removal gets pointed his way, so protection is paramount. Rings of Bright Hearth lets you copy target activated ability you control. Copy Muzzios. You know, if you have like an 8-drop or a Blightsteel Colossus, you're cycling through over a quarter of your deck every time you activate his ability. Power Artifact, mainly in here because of Basalt Monolith. If you throw this on there, you get infinite colorless mana. Negate. Gilded Lotus, solid mana rock, taps for 3 mana of any color. Nev's Disc, I use this card. I will try and get a Mycosynth Lattice and a Darksteel Forge out. It's a pretty well known artifact combo. And basically what happens is you blow up everyone else's board, but not yours. Since it's Divining Top, it's a really good 1-drop. New printing finally made it somewhat more affordable. Just kind of lets me set up next cards, which is pretty important with Muzzio's ability. Staff of Domination. with lots of mana or infinite mana, when you win the game with this. You can untap Muzzio, you can tap opponent's creatures. Just does a lot. Darksteel Forge, artifacts I control have indestructible. Sculpting Steel, it's another just copy artifact card. It's really nice having like a Gilded Lotus or a Thran Dynamo in hand and then playing this with the 3 mana they create and getting another one. Mindslaver with Academy Ruins and I believe 10 mana, I'm not sure. You can infinitely lock someone out of the game by taking over their turns and just bring this back on top of your library. 1,000-year elixir. There's quite a few creatures with activated abilities, and this also lets me pay 1, tap it to untap target creature. It's really perfect for Muzzio. Illusionist Bracers, another card that lets me copy an activated ability. Cage Sun, doubles my blue mana. Should probably take it out. I'm not running that many islands, but still solid card. Glaring Spotlight. Soul Rang. Chroma's Memorial. My main win con in this deck is Chroma's Memorial and Blightsteel Colossus. You know, it may seem like just 2 cards out of the 99, but like this deck is really good at cycling through itself, you know, multiple times a game. So getting those 2 out is pretty much a given every game if I decide to play that way. Spine of Ish Sah. Solid removal. Thran Dynamo. Basalt Monolith. Mycosynth Lattice. One of the best artifact cards ever printed. Has synergy with just about everything. Unwinding Clock. You got Darksteel Forge. Anything with what's it called? Affinity. Yep, that would work. Speaking of Unwinding Clock, Vedalken Orrery, I may cast non-land cards as though they had flash. Mycosynth Golem gives artifact creatures I control, not that I control in my hand, affinity. It has affinity itself, and has a really high CMC, so it's really good at, you know, getting Muzzio's ability to where I can start cycling through a good number of cards every time I activate them. An Ethereum Sculptor makes all my artifacts cost 1 less. Inkwell Leviathan, 7/11, Island Walk Trample Shroud. Wormcoil Engine. Master of Ethereum. Gilded the Forge Master, tap them, sack 3 artifacts, and search my life for an artifact card, put it on the battlefield. Losses of Akros. There aren't too many mana rocks in this deck, but paying 10 mana to get his ability is pretty good, and he's also indestructible. Jingataxius, very powerful card. Once again, it's easy to come across a lot of mana in this deck, and dropping him is basically you win the game. Shield of New Phyrexia lets me give all my permanents indestructible until end of turn. Useful for anytime someone casts a board wipe or whenever I want to activate Neb's Disc. Vedalken Archmage, just whenever you play an artifact spell, draw a card. Duplicant gets rid of any nasty creature on the battlefield, you know, even Avacyn, so that's good. Platinum Angel, I think one of the funniest abilities in Magic. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Pretty broken. Phyto Alchemist, he's not an artifact, but he is very good in an artifact deck. Basically, he's 1 colorless, 1 blue, and you may tap him to untap target artifact or creature. So I can untap any mana rocks, or I can untap Muzzio, Arkham, Blightsteel Colossus, main win con in the deck. Basically a 1-hit kill on a stick that also happens to be indestructible. Chief Engineer, artifact spells I have Convoke. Master Transmuter, may pay 1 blue and tapper to return target artifact I control to my hand, and I may put an artifact in my hand into play. It's nice that she's an artifact as well, so if I don't have anything I want to bounce to my hand, I can always bounce her. Sculling Doom Engine, just kind of like a mid-range fatty, as I like to call them. Can't be blocked with creatures with power 2 or less, and it dies, deal 6 damage to target opponent. Lodestone Golem makes non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. You know, has a good effect on my opponents, and 5/3 body is pretty nice for 4. Phyrexian Metamorph enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature or artifact on the battlefield. So I can have it enter as a copy of Mana Rocks, or I can have really anything. Arkham Daxon. Pretty much aside from Muzzio, he's really the only other blue artifact commander that I would say you should use. He's a little more linear, and that's the reason I didn't choose him over Muzzio. He's still really powerful though. You may tap him, target artifact creature's controller sacks it, then they search the library for an artifact and put it onto the battlefield. Non-creature artifact. Grand Architect couples with Pillow Pala for infinite blue mana. I have a Memnarch in the deck. I can be that guy if I wish. Still also, you know, lets you get mana aside from that, not just the combo. Pillow Pala. Copper Gnomes may pay 4 colorless and sack them to get an artifact in my hand into play. Usually try and get all the cards by Muzzioing all your big stuff, but you will draw the occasional Darksteel Colossus and so forth. So having a way to put them onto the battlefield directly from your hand without hard casting them is really nice. Still Overseer, so the 2-drop, tap, put a 1/1 counter on each artifact creature I control. Darksteel Juggernaut, indestructible, power and toughness equal to the amount of artifacts I control. Only downside is he attacks each turn if able, but still a pretty good card. Karn the Silver Golem, with Mycosynth Lattice, you can blow up everybody's lands. I can turn my Chroma's Memorial into a 7/7. Still Hellkite. Memnarch. And Platinum Empyrean. He's 8-drop 8/8. Your left total can't change. And that is it. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed my deck list. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I know it would help the channel. Thank you for watching.